Is it tricky feeding penguins? And is this bird park a hidden gem? Let's find out. So I am at Birdland in Bourton-on-the-Water in the Cotswolds. Now just behind me here is Penguin Shore, and you can see the Humboldt and the King penguins. How cute are they? Birdland has the only breeding colony of king penguins in England, so that's really interesting, and I am going to be feeding them in a minute, so just keep with me. We're going to go and look around the rest of the park, and then I'll show you me feeding the penguins. How exciting. Birdland is nestled in the beautiful Cotswold village of Bourton-on-the-Water. It's a unique 9-acre sanctuary home to 500 exotic birds. Opposite the penguins is the Red Legged Seriema. They are a striking terrestrial bird native to South America. They stand over a metre tall and they are close living relatives to the prehistoric terror birds. It even has a sharp raised claw on their second toe, pinning down prey similar to what a velociraptor had. Here we have the grey peacock pheasant. They are the smallest pheasant species, and those stunning green eyes on their feathers are called ocellae, like what peacocks have. Here's a bird I've never come across before, the hammerkop. They are from Africa, named for its hammer-like head shape. These birds are world famous for building the largest nest of any bird, weighing over 50 kilograms. Now we are at the Parliament of Owls. First up is a spectacled owl from the tropical rainforest of South America. Next is the Mackinder's eagle owl, an African highland specialist and formidable predator that regularly takes down prey much larger than itself, like hares. Some white-faced owls often nicknamed the transformer owl because of its awesome ability to transform its shape based on the threat it's facing. And here are some very, very small species of owls. There are the Indian scaup owls that are just in here. Their feathers look exactly like tree bark, which is great camouflage. And then over here, we have the burrowing owl. Unlike most owls, these guys live underground in tunnels and are unique because they are active during the day. The most recognised owl after being made famous in the Harry Potter films is a snowy owl. These owls are one of the best insulated birds in the world, built for the Arctic temperatures they live in. Here on Flamingo Lake we have the greater flamingo, which are quite widely distributed. Flamingos are actually pink because their diet is naturally rich in a carotenoid pigment which they get from algae and brine shrimp, which they eat all the time. That's why some species of flamingo are actually more pink than others. And look how beautiful the flamingos are. They're having a good old bath now. They are so noisy. Now we are entering the Little Africa area of the park, and the first exhibit has this gorgeous northern ground hornbill, who seems to not be on the ground and having a go at his house for some reason. They get their name from being reluctant flyers and much prefer patrolling their territory by walking on the ground. As you can clearly see here. In this desert house you can find a variety of birds from the arid deserts, like the desert finch and the carmine bee-eater. The Scarlet Ibis, a gorgeous medium-sized wading bird from South America and parts of the Caribbean. To attract a female, the male will perform a variety of mating rituals such as preening, shaking and head rubbing. This is the animal encounter area where they host hands-on experiences with some of the residents here, including snakes, tortoises and birds of prey. In this mixed aviary there are cranes, spoonbills, the sacred ibis and the endangered Waldrop ibis, which zoos and parks like Birdland are helping with their breeding programs. Just across from the pelicans is the other species of flamingo here at Birdland, the Caribbean flamingos. They are nearly scarlet in colour in prime condition, and it has been proved that the colour has a very important display purpose during their mating rituals. Now just around the corner is Pelican Creek, which is home to the pink-backed pelican from Africa. They have those huge neck sacs for catching and holding fish. They have a huge wingspan which can reach up to 3 meters. I've also noticed they were quite a cranky bird, having a go at people's dogs and at me. Now we come to a farmyard and wildlife park favourite, the emu. These guys definitely look prehistoric. Another prehistoric looking bird is a southern cassowary. Now I didn't get great close-ups here, but if you watch on Thursday, we do at Cotswold Wildlife Park. I am here in front of the White Stork enclosure. Now, White Storks went extinct in the UK back in the 15th century, but they are now part of a reintroduction programme in the UK, and Birdland is a part of that reintroduction programme. They're actually breeding them here and they're being released into the wild to hopefully then re-establish the populations over in Kent, one of the estates there. Now this is the male's mating call to the female, and if you keep listening you'll hear the female call back. What a fantastic bit of behaviour to catch on camera. Now I am here in the Jurassic Journey part in Birdland. Now you might wonder why there's a lot of dinosaur statues hanging around here in the Birdland Park, but that's because birds are the closest living relative to dinosaurs, and we actually know now that some dinosaurs have feathers from some of the fossils that we found. So I thought I'd just show you here to show you where the roots for some of these awesome birds. At Birdland they actually have a bird hide, so you can come and see if you can spot the local wildlife here, because they have a whole dedicated part to local wildlife. They do loads for conservation here and it's really interesting, and sometimes you can spot the little kingfisher here, but I'm not sure we will today, but we'll have a look for a little while. Now we are heading off to do our penguin feeding. How exciting! The legend himself, Mr. Attenborough. I'm going to get to feed them in a minute like him. Awesome. So first I met up with Alistair, the penguin keeper, and he talked me through some of the king penguins' names, like Seth, who was in Batman Returns, and Spike, who pooed on David Attenborough. And then we went through a safety briefing for me and the birds.
Just pop round to the shed. I've got to find some gloves to keep them nice and clean.
Yep.
I've got to give you some shoe covers because of bird flu.
Yeah, so that's fine,
these wellies only come in here and they're sat in disinfectant for the rest of the day otherwise. And then I'll show you the fish, Natalie. We'll just talk you through how we're going to dish it out to the different penguins.
Okay.
Obviously answer any questions. Right, good afternoon folks. Welcome along to penguin feeding time.
We're feeding sprats to the Humboldts and herring to the king penguins. I was actually quite nervous because I didn't realise I was actually going to be part of the penguin talk.
So if you follow me through,
Yep.
just mind that little step there. I've got the gate. If you want to, you are absolutely free to walk like a penguin right now if you want to.
We're actually feeding them in this enclosed part of barred off area because one of the king penguins is quite feisty and likes to pet people.
Just keep bunging your fish.
Okay.
So if you want me to show you anything, again, don't be afraid to ask away, but enjoy yourself. Right then folks, well, welcome along to today's penguin feed.
The Humboldt penguins are quite easy to feed, but you did have to watch your fingers because they were quite snappy.
So for our Humboldt penguins, they're eating really well. We've got 3 new ones. We've got 3 teenagers from last year. And more importantly, they've been making baby penguins all week. So I'm fully expecting them to disappear off to the nest boxes halfway through. And hopefully it's an egg or 2 in the next couple of days. The king penguins aren't eating so much. It is a quiet time of year for them. It's not breeding season just yet. They're not fattening up for molting either. So we'll see how we go today. I didn't tell Natalie, the one catch to this is any fish she doesn't feed out, she has to eat like a penguin at the end with no chewing in front of you all as well. So we'll see how we go on that one.
Thankfully, I didn't have to do that.
So I'm just going to set Natalie up with the kings. So with Spike, he might make you stretch a little bit, Natalie, but you're just trying to get the head of the fish.
Is that right?
Yeah, something like that's perfect. You're just trying to get it right to the side of his beak.
There's a real knack to hand feeding king penguins. Now, I didn't get some great footage here, but if you keep watching a bit later on, I'll get some really good footage of feeding one of the other king penguins.
Snooker or golf, there you are. Just straight down, hole in one. So he's easy.
Yeah.
Seth, if he's hungry, is quite easy. Bill is with the yellow tag is quite easy.
Also, a lot of the penguins are quite funny and cheeky. They like to take it off of you and then throw it on the floor, which was a lot of work for poor Alistair having to go and pick it all up again. Now, this is one of the Humboldts that hatched here in 2025. How adorable are they? King penguins are the second largest species of penguin, smaller than emperors but very similar in appearance. King penguins are the least concern in the wild, but still face threat due to global warming and overfishing. The Humboldt penguin is now on the vulnerable list, and this makes captive breeding very important.
And he is the tallest, he is the tubbiest, that's middle-aged, and he has got a double chin at the moment as well. So he is on a pre-breeding season exercise programme of a little bit of extra swimming and walking every day.
Success. Oh, look at Spike and Bill there. They are so gorgeous. I definitely recommend this to anyone that loves birds or penguins in particular. It's a great hands-on experience. And now watch for the little treat that Bill leaves me with for the end of the experience. It's awesome.
Well, because they got to meet it properly. Brilliant. Now she starts singing.
Well, that experience was absolutely awesome. Alistair was so knowledgeable and so friendly, and he really, really cares about these penguins. You can see that this place really wants to help conservation. I love that. I love it. I definitely recommend coming to this place. They do so much different stuff for conservation. Like Alistair has been to Peru to put up nest boxes for penguins. They're so passionate, and I have really enjoyed my time here. It's bigger than it seems. It's brilliant. It's a perfect place to come. I've missed my 4 bus, but I have to get the next one, never mind. Let's go and see Spike before we quickly go to the toilet and then go home before they shut. Hey, Spike! Hey, dude. Hey, handsome. Are you handsome? Are you pretty? So that's me finished at Birdland today in Bourton-on-the-Water. What an awesome experience feeding the penguins. It's much more tricky than I thought trying to feed a penguin, especially the king penguins. I absolutely love it. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy it or if you love penguins too. And I'll see you next time.